What is up guys, Stark here. In today's video I'm going to talk about the new event that is coming out in a couple days, and that is going to be Onigashima. So in this event you're going to be able to unlock and recruit Sakata Kintoki, the Rider version, to your team, who is a 4-star servant who is absolutely amazing. Do not miss this character. Do not miss maxing him out. If you miss him, you will regret it. That's all I'll say. He's a very good character, one of the best, if not the best, event character, at least this far into the game. He's absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, just you do not want to miss this character. So this event is going to start on June 14th, and it will go all the way until June 27th, which is a little bit earlier than we were probably expecting, but it's okay. You know, I'm definitely not going to complain to having content to do. As for the event requirements, you are going to have completed the tutorial Singularity of Fuyuki in order to participate. So make sure you get that done if you haven't already gotten that done. So how the event works, it's broken up into two different parts. There's the main quests, or the story quests, and then there's going to be the raid boss. So this is going to be another raid boss, much like the Ibaraki event, and it works very similarly in that you have 15 turns to do as much damage as possible. But the major difference between the two is that if you lose in this one, you still contribute points to the overall raid boss total. So, you know, that's always good. You know, if you can't do enough damage, then don't worry about it. You'll still get some rewards and things like that, and you'll still contribute the damage to the total. Okay, so let's just scale it back a little bit here and talk about the raid bosses a little bit more in depth. So there are 4 different types of raid bosses, and once you beat one of them, that will unlock the next one, and then once that one's beaten, it'll unlock the next one, and then you keep going until the final boss. So the first one is going to be Kazakushi Maru, who is going to have 3 trillion HP, and there's going to be 3 different types of demons, I guess. One's going to be green, one's going to be blue, one's going to be red, and each one of those has a resistance to their color type. So the green is going to resist quick, the blue is going to resist arts, and the red is going to resist buster cards. So that means you'll be doing less damage with those cards. Now there are items you can use to combat this. So they're going to be items, they're like boxes of beans. So if you use those when you go into the fight, it'll cancel out the effect of that boss. So you use the green one on the green boss, the blue one on the blue boss, and the red one on the red boss. It's very simple, easy to understand. You just match up the colors. So yeah, you'll do that, and then once you defeat the bosses, you will move on to the next one. So stage 2 is going to be Wazakui Maru. He will have 4 trillion HP, and he's going to be the arts card demon. So once you beat him, you're going to unlock stage 3, which is going to have the Todoroki Kamaru, and he is going to have 5 trillion HP, and he is going to be the Buster Demon. And then once you beat him, you're going to unlock the final boss on the summit, which is going to be Ushigozen, who's going to have 10 trillion HP. And once this boss is defeated, then you will unlock and recruit Sakata Kintoki Rider to your team permanently. So remember guys, you will get the event servant at the beginning of the event, but that is only a limited time servant. He will go away at the end of the event if you do not, you know, participate in the raid bosses and get the permanent version of Kintoki. Now, much like in the Ibaraki event, there are items you can use to increase your battle points to fight these raid bosses. So in this event is going to be the Dumpling of Courage to restore 2 battle points, and then the Golden Dumplings to restore 8 battle points. And you will get these by accumulating damage points. Damage points work in the exact same fashion as the Ibaraki event. You just do as much damage as possible, and then based on the number of damage points you get, you will get certain rewards, and there is a chart. And everything, like the shop items, the damage point rewards, everything like that, I found a really good graphic on Reddit. I will link it in the description below. All credits to that user, you know, for making that graphic. Credits to him for that. Like I said, links in the description below for both that. And he also does have a map that breaks down everything you need to know about the event, where to find all the items and things like that. And as always, there will be an event guide linked below to Lord Ashura, who always has fantastic events and guides for these type of things. So some things to note for the actual damage point rewards. Outside of the summoning tickets and the dumplings, this is how you're going to be getting the ascension materials for Kintoki. So make sure you get that. There's also going to be the event exclusive craft essences. So you definitely want to pick up on those, and I'll touch up on those in just a little bit. You know, of course, you're going to get apples, crystallized lore, You're gonna get Spirit Roots, Horde of the Fallen Gods. So overall, there's just a ton of good stuff you can get in here. So definitely make sure that you are competing in the raid bosses and getting as many damage points as possible. Now, there is a little bit of a bonus here for the damage points, and as usual, there are select servants that will be benefiting from using them on your team in the event. So depending on which servant you use, there will be an increase to your overall attack. So if you use Raiko or the 4-star version of Kintoki, you're going to get a 100% increase. If you use Ushiwakamaru, the 5-star Kintoki, Kiyohime, Amakusa Shiro, Shuten Doji, Ibaraki Doji, or Fuma Kotaro, you're going to get an 80% increase. And then if you use Emiya, Benkei, Kojiro, Tamano no Mai Caster, Okida Soji, Oda Nobunaga, both versions of Ryogi Shiki, Emiya Assassin, you will get a 60% increase to your overall attack. So if you have any of those servants, you definitely want to be using those on your teams for raid battles to give yourself that bonus damage in order to get more damage points. In addition to that, there are 2 event exclusive craft essences that you can use, and these function similarly to how they did in the Ibaraki event. So the first one is going to be the Golden Sumo Boulder Tournament. This will increase your attack by 10% as well as increase your Noble Phantasm gauge by 30% at the start of the battle. So this is a very good craft essence on its own, and you definitely don't want to miss out getting copies of this. But in addition to that, you are going to be able to increase your attack strength by 100% during the raid battles and 200% at max limit break. The other craft essence is going to be the Hot Spring Under the Moon, which will increase your critical strength by 20% as well as giving you 3 critical stars every turn. And then for the event effect, it will increase your attack strength for all of your allies by 50% and 100% at max limit break. So these craft essences are going to be monumental in helping you do as much damage as possible. And one more thing, that the higher the difficulty that you fight on, the more attack strength bonus you are going to get. So it kind of like compensates you for fighting over your level. So if you fight on the level 80, you're going to get a 200% increase to your attack strength, and then it just goes down from there. So don't be afraid to fight a higher level than you think you could beat, because again, even if you do lose, you still are getting rewards and battle point or damage points. So just do the best you can. Try, you know, if you fail, then you can just go back down and do the lower ones. But you know, you should have enough. If you make your teams right, use the craft essences, use the bonus servants, you should have no problems beating the maximum level at level 80. So as usual, there are going to be event items that you can get to drop, which we'll use in the shop in order to buy your own items. And those are going to be the Oni Wicker Basket, Roll of Brocade, and the Dragon Palace Coral. Again, there is going to be a link below with a graphic that shows you the map, shows you the best places of farming these, and in order to, you know, max out the shop. And in the shop is going to be how you're going to buy the other copies of Kintoki himself, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that, as well as getting more of the bean boxes for the raid bosses and the craft essences as well. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that, so make sure you're farming those up and getting all of the items you need to max out the shop. So now let's move on to the actual banner pickup summon. So this will introduce 3 new characters into the game. The 5-star being Minamoto no Raiko, the 4-star being Ibaraki Doji, and the 3-star being Fuma Kotaro. So I will talk about each of those separately in their own video as their own character spotlights. So additionally, there will also be raid ups for Ushiwakamaru, Kiyohime. So these 2 servants are going to get bonus damage as well in the event. So overall, it is definitely not a bad pickup summon banner. Raiko and Doji are both very good characters. So, you know, if you are going to pull, this is a very good event to pull on. There are also event exclusive craft essences that you can unlock, and the first one being the 5-star, which is going to be Dumplings Over Flowers. Now this will increase your quick card effectiveness by 15%, as well as also increasing your Noble Phantasm strength by 15%. And then for the event effect, it will increase your Oni Wicker Basket drop rate by 1. The 4-star is going to be the Faithful Companions, which will increase your art card effectiveness by 8%, as well as increasing your Noble Phantasm gain by 15%. And then for the event effect, it will increase your Roll of Brocade drops by 1. And then finally for the 3-star, it is going to be the Hidden Sword Pheasant Reversal, which will increase your quick card effectiveness by 3% and increase your critical strength by 8%. And then for the event effect, it will increase your Dragon Palace Coral drops by 1. So overall, guys, this is a pretty hefty event. There's a lot going on, there's a lot to do. But stay diligent, stay farming, and Hopefully by the end of the event you will have a max Sakata Gintoki Rider, who is a fantastic servant, and you will have all the rewards from the shop that you want, all the craft essences, maybe if you're lucky enough to get Raikou as well. I'm personally probably not going to pull, although I probably will pull because I have no self-control, but I'm not planning on it. But I think that just about covers it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys do pull what you guys got, and I will see you guys next time.